Hey guys and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the Get to Know Me tag, but it's like an extended version of the traditional Get to Know Me tag. So I saw Emilia Kate do this video, and I was really intrigued by all the questions that were a part of this. So I was like, you know what, I want to do my own version of this as well, and I want to answer all of these questions so that you guys can get to know me a little bit better. So yeah, there are 30 questions, so we are going to go through this really quickly because otherwise this video is going to be like super duper long. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. So the first question is, by the way, I'm looking down because I have all the questions written down right here. So anyways, I'm gonna get started super duper quickly. So the first question is your favorite Netflix show. Now personally, the only Netflix show, now I'm not super duper into Netflix, but when I am into, I'm watching like Friends all the time. I've watched 3 seasons already. I think I'm on the, I don't remember exactly, but I think I'm in the last part of like season 3, or I'm almost into season 4. So that's the only show I've watched on Netflix basically. And if I had watched more shows also, I would have still said that probably Friends, because I think it's my favorite. It's gonna be my favorite web series ever, probably. So yeah, I think as of now I would definitely say Friends. Moving on, next, Spotify songs playlist. Now, to be honest, I'm not really on Spotify, so it's not really the best question for me to answer. So yeah, we're gonna skip through that. Moving on, next, the craziest thing I've ever done. Um, I've done a lot of crazy things, honestly. Um, but I'm personally not really an adventurous person as such, so I can't really answer like this question from that perspective, like an adventurous perspective. That what's the craziest thing I've ever done? Yeah, it's actually also very difficult to answer because honestly, I'm a homebody. I don't do a lot of adventurous things. I don't really, go out a lot. I've not traveled much, even though I absolutely I love the idea of traveling, and there are so many places on my bucket list that I want to visit. But yeah, again, I'm not super good because honestly, I have not done crazy things. I'm a very simple, like, I was a girl in school who was super duper quiet, just was always minding her own business, was always like, studies, and who never really did anything crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Moving on, next, my first crush. Okay, so basically, this guy who I had a crush on, like the first guy I ever had a crush on was a guy who I was friends with him basically since nursery. And it was like this super duper childish, it's like a typical childhood crush. Um, so basically, he was not of the same religion. He was a Muslim, and I thought it was like the coolest thing to be in love. I mean, at that time, I was in love with him, and I think it was just super duper funny that I thought it was the coolest thing to be in love with someone who was not of the same religion. Like, it would be um, so iconic and so, like, that typical like Romeo Juliet kind of like a romance. I thought it was like something on those lines, but now that I have like matured a lot more, I know it's not. It's very Bollywoodish and all of that, but in real life, shit like that is very very complicated. And it's funny as to how now um, I would not want to get involved like romantically with anyone who's not the same religion, because I know how complicated that shit can get. But yeah, the first guy I ever had a crush on. So basically, I never really told him, he doesn't know, or something like that. And but back then we used to like play together, and we were really good friends and all of that. But then eventually, I think the more we like age, and the older we got, we didn't really be friends anymore. After that, like, the friendship just kind of died down and stuff like that. And it's funny that I actually met him recently as well. It was super duper funny. It wasn't. I thought it was gonna be really awkward. I don't think it was really very awkward. It was very silent, and we didn't really talk much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. Next, theme parks I've been to. I've been to SL World. I think SL World and Water Kingdom. I've been to SL World twice. I've been to Water Kingdom once. I've not been to Magica yet. I actually do want to go to Magica. I think then I'll be able to answer the question better as to some crazy things I've done, because trust me, I'm someone who's really scared. But wants to really like push me to do something, I'll probably do, all the crazy rides and stuff like that, just for the sake of experiencing it. So yeah, Imagica and Aqua Magica are on my list. I want to go there eventually someday soon, by the way. Moving on next, who was your childhood best friend? Okay, so my childhood best friend, I've mentioned this, I feel like, quite a few times, but there was this girl in my class. I was friends with her since nursery till I think seventh standard. We were, so I thought that we were we were best friends, and everyone in my class knew that she's my best friend, stuff like that. But she never really considered me to be a best friend. Like, she gave a lot more importance to other friends who she wanted to be like, and she never considered me to be that good of a friend. And eventually, when I realized that she doesn't have, I don't want to say she didn't have good intentions, but she didn't have the same intentions as I did, and she didn't want to actually be like very good friends with me. So eventually, when I got to know that, I just like broke the friendship with her and stuff like that. But the friendship or whatever we had um, was there for like 10 years, which is a long, long, long time. So yeah, um, are we friends still? No, of course not. Are we in touch with each other again? No. But yeah, I think that's what it is. She taught me one of the best and the most important lessons of my life. So I definitely thank her for that. Moving on, next, my favorite genre of film, definitely rom-coms. I'm a very like cliche Bollywood romantic movies kind of girl. I love that, like chick flicks and stuff like that. I love that shit. So yeah, be it TV series or movies, I definitely prefer rom-com as a genre the most. So yeah, that was that. Moving on, next, my dream job. Now this is again a very versatile question to answer. As a childhood, I like, when I was in my childhood phase, I always wanted to be a teacher for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I used to play, that mono acting sort of a game where I used to like be the teacher, and I used to be like teaching students and stuff like that. I don't know why. As a kid, I was obsessed with that. But now, if I actually think of my dream job, there are a couple of things I would really want to do. I would want to work with either I don't really think I would want to be the person to have my own makeup brand or like cosmetic brand, to be very honest, but I would love to work with a brand which is in the cosmetic beauty industry. So yeah, that is one of the things I would love to do. And another thing would be, I would want to be a part of an event management company and plan like weddings and events and all of that. I love doing that as well. And these are two things which I'm currently working on achieving someday. So yeah, that was my dream job. I mean, that is my dream job. And moving on, next is my favorite coffee order. Now, I'm a cold coffee kind of person, so any kind of cold coffee. In fact, I love trying out new things. So any kind of cold coffee, probably something on the lines of like you know what was it, caramel latte that I ordered last time I went to a cafe? Yeah, I think it was a caramel latte. That's the last thing. So that's like my last coffee order when I went to like a coffee shop. Because I just make myself regular cold coffee at home. I just order cold coffee when I go out, is when like I'm at a restaurant or a cafe and I've not had coffee that day, or I'm really feeling like having coffee, like I'm craving coffee or something like that. Only then will I order coffee outside, because I just think I can make a similar coffee at home in like a fraction of the cost. So yeah, when I go out, I'm not always ordering coffee. Moving on, next, what is your order on Uber Eats? I've never used Uber Eats, and I don't really order food like out a lot. I would only eat food out if I'm like out somewhere in a mall or something like that, and I'm hungry. I'll probably go to the food court and order something. Or if there is a restaurant, so I'm more of the person who would go out and have food rather than order takeout, or order food at home, something like that. If I'm at home, I generally just prefer making something that I have at home, or I'll just have snacks which are like lying around the house and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't used Uber Eats, and I never ordered anything on Uber Eats, obviously. So yeah, that was that. Have you ever moved? No, I've never moved. Since the past 20 years of my life, I've been living in the same house. I was born here. My dad bought this house almost 10 to 15 years before I was born. Actually, my dad didn't buy the house. I'm sorry for itching my nose. Okay, yeah. So I was saying that my grandparents actually bought this house and moved here around 10 to 15 years before I was born. And when my parents got married, my mom got married and she just came to this house. And then a few years later, I was born. So I was born in this house and I've lived here throughout the 20 years of my life. So yeah, never moved. Have you ever failed at anything in terms of like studies and stuff like that? Okay, I'm itching my nose a lot in this video. I'm really sorry. But yeah, have you ever failed anything? I have never failed in terms of like studies or something like that. But in terms of life, I think I've failed to you know mm, how do I put this? Like people expect a lot from you, and I feel like a lot of times I've failed at you know whatever they expect out of me, like achieving that, and that is something I've probably failed at. And I've also failed in friendships a lot of times. I feel like failed at building good friendships. I think I have not been the person who has failed at friendships or like disappointed someone, but I have failed to build friendships with the right kind of people. So yeah, that is more of what I would want to say on that. Moving on, next, how many countries have you been to? The only country I've ever been to or lived in is India. I just got my passport made, I think 2 to 3 weeks back, and I've never traveled anywhere. So again, like I mentioned, I love traveling, but I haven't traveled much, and it is definitely on my bucket list to travel to a lot of places throughout the world. So yeah. Moving on, next, celebrity crush. I don't really have a lot of. I don't think I have any celebrity crush as such. Like someone I'm constantly okay. There's I think one person who I would like to mention as my celebrity crush. I think it's Vicky Kaushal. That man is so handsome. Yeah, I think he's my celebrity crush for sure. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think I have any. I mean, I have like favorite actors and actresses and stuff like that, but not really a celebrity crush as such. But yeah. Okay, and also it's he's not really a celebrity. Celebrity is more like of a TV actor. Parth Samthan, again, that guy is beautiful. Um, which was that show where we no, not I don't remember the name of the show, where he was with Erica Fernandez. They were the protagonists. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I think it was in Star Plus. I don't remember the name of the show. If I will remember, I will either leave it in the description box or like right here on the screen. But yeah, the two of them looked so beautiful, and Parth Samthan himself, I loved his character in the show. So yeah, I think Vicky Kaushal and Parth Samthan. Anyways, moving on next. Do you have any pets? No, I don't have any pets. And even though I am not really like anti-animal lover of sorts, but I'm not someone who goes like, oh, so cute when I see like cute animals or like on the street or like anywhere, like pictures of them or something like that. But I'm not really like, I'm not a very big fan of animals. Like where I just get, oh my god, so cute and like all that stuff. No, that's not me. So yeah, I'm not someone who would even want pets like ever. So yeah. Do you have any pet peeves? I think I do, but I don't know if it's the right term to put it as like a pet peeve. I think when people don't I mean, when I'm expecting someone to how do I explain this? Okay, when I'm expecting a response from someone, like if we've made plans and stuff like that, and then on the day when we're supposed to execute the plans, if I'm texting someone constantly and they don't reply back, I get really annoyed, like really annoyed. And especially if the person I'm making plans with is someone who's like super duper close to me, like my best friend, or if I'm really looking forward to meet someone and then they don't respond back. That is like a pet peeve. And then another pet peeve would be so I'm a very disorganized person, but like when uh, a part of my house is like really dirty and it's really bothering me for some reason, that is like a pet peeve. So even though I'm not super duper organized and I just throw things everywhere, but if a place is like specifically really dirty, like specifically like there's dirt, that is something which again gets me really annoyed. So yeah, I think that's another pet peeve. And also when either I am like stinking really bad because of sweat, or someone around me is like really stinking because like the body odor, that again really bothers me. So yeah, I think that's pretty much for all of my pet peeves. Do you have an What do you do in your free time? Okay, in my free time I'm either filming like I'm doing right now, or I'm probably like working on something, maybe like video ideas or related to my job and stuff like that. Or if I'm done with all of this, I'm either watching some videos on YouTube. I love watching like videos on YouTube. That's one of my favorite things to do. So if I have absolutely nothing else to do, then that is what I'm probably doing. So yeah, that's what I do in my free time. um, do you have any weird quirks? See, I'm a very weird person, but if you ask me if I have any weird quirks, can't again really think of anything. Yeah, I don't really think. I probably have some, but I just can't think of them right now. Your favorite color? My favorite color is definitely so like in general, if you ask me my favorite color, it's definitely black. But I also love a lot of different shades of blue, like teal, turquoise, even aquamarine blue, um, Persian blue, like different shades of blue and black. Do you have any siblings? No, I don't have any siblings. I have quite a bit of cousins. I don't have any real siblings. I'm the only child. What is your personality? Now, this is a very weird question to answer, to be very honest. So, in terms of my personality, I think I'm someone who's very lazy, very disorganized, but I'm very responsible and hardworking, I would say. Um, very lazy. I think I said lazy already. I think I'm just super duper lazy, so I'm just saying it like over and over again to tell you how lazy I am. Uh, I'm sorry. This is gonna be a very random video with me scratching my nose, sneezing all over the place, and all of that. So yeah, in terms of my personality, what else can I talk about? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, if there's no categorization, I don't really know how I can put my personality. I'm someone who's very emotional, very gets easily attached. What else? What else? What else? That's pretty much all I can think of. I can't really think of anything else. So yeah, that's all I have to answer that question. Um, Have you ever been to any concerts or festivals? No, I haven't. I do want to go to like maybe like an Arman Malik concert or something. I love his songs. So yeah, probably I want to go to one of his concerts. But till date, I've never been to any concert or any festival. Um, what are your favorite values in friends? So what I think this question means is that what is the kind of friend that you're looking for? So I think it would be a friend who is always there for me when I need them to be. A friend who is 100% genuine and honest. Like even if they don't like something about me, they will tell me on their face rather than sugarcoating it. I like someone. Sorry, second time I'm sneezing in this video, but yeah. Anyways, I like someone who is very honest and will not sugarcoat. Someone who can understand me. Like if we have very similar a similar lifestyle, similar choices, similar way of thinking, similar perception in life. Okay, that's a hat trick. Anyways, moving on. So I think that's the kind of a friend I would really like to have, and I feel like I do have quite a bit of friends who are like that. So yeah, I think I'm very happy and thankful about that. What is the one thing that you wish people knew about you? I wish people knew that. Yeah, so I get this a lot that oh my god, you wear so much of makeup. Oh my god, I think sometimes it's just people like to tease me, which is why they say that. But sometimes I just feel like, when I do wear makeup, I mean, I just want people to understand that, you know what, I love makeup and you just need to accept me the way I am. But sometimes I've also noticed that I'm wearing like absolutely no makeup. I'm just wearing like a bold lipstick, and it just makes it look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, which sometimes I'm really thankful for, because then I feel like since people are telling me I'm putting on makeup, it means that they like the way my skin actually looks and they think like I have makeup on when I actually don't. But otherwise, sometimes it just irritating when people keep telling you that oh my god, you wear so much makeup, oh my god, you wear so much makeup. I'm like, okay, fine, like just shut up. Like especially when I'm not wearing makeup, I feel like when I tell them oh I'm not wearing anything, I'm just wearing lipstick, and they don't believe you, I'm just like, you know what, I mean, just forget about it. Just don't talk to me, because I don't want to listen to you. It's very very annoying when like someone does that. So yeah, I think that is just one thing I wish people knew about me, that you know what, you I mean, I just wish that when you just say something, people just take your word for it and they understand that you're being honest and you're not trying to be like, oh my god, no, this is my natural skin, this, that, and everything. It is. I'm not wearing makeup. Like, how difficult is it to believe that? So yeah, I wish people understood that, and I wish they knew that about me. That if I wear makeup, I'm gonna tell that yeah, I am wearing makeup. What's the problem? But if I'm not wearing makeup, then I'm not. You need to believe me. It's just so annoying. It's so annoying. Anyways, moving on. What social media are you really into? I think YouTube. Like YouTube is my favorite among all the platforms. Like me putting myself out on YouTube, I feel like I enjoy YouTube videos, like filming YouTube videos a lot more than probably like putting on some Instagram stories or something like that. And also in terms of a viewer, I like watching YouTube videos a lot more than I like scrolling through my Instagram feed. I think Instagram, like scrolling through Instagram is a lot more like fun for like a short amount of time, but when I have like a lot of free time throughout the day, I like watching YouTube videos a lot more than I like scrolling on Instagram. I feel like after a while it can get a little bit boring, but on YouTube I can be on YouTube for hours and watch YouTube videos for like hours at a stretch. So yeah, definitely a lot more to YouTube rather than Instagram. By the way, I didn't tell you guys, I've downloaded Snapchat once again. I don't think I'm going to be posting like stories and stuff on Snapchat, but I just like, you know, snapping with friends and all of that, like sending them snaps and stuff like that. So that's something I've been enjoying since the past few days, I must say. how close are you to your family? So for me, my family just comprises of my parents, like my immediate family is only my parents. I don't have grandparents anymore, and other family would be like extended family, like relatives and stuff like that. So if you ask me how close am I to my parents, I'm very close to them. I see them every single day. In fact, I live with them in the same house. I am definitely more close to my mom than my dad. But yeah, I'm close to both of my parents. They pretty much know every single thing about me. And yeah, so I'm very, very close to them. Extended family, I would say I'm a little bit more closer to my cousins rather than I would say to like aunts, uncles, and stuff like that, because of course we belong to the same generation, so we can understand each other a lot better. But yeah, again, I also feel like because of my job recently, I have not been seeing my relatives like my aunts and uncles as much. But yeah, for specific festivals like for Ganesha Chaturthi and for Raksha Bandhan, I tried my best to make sure that I was present. So yeah, that was that. What is your what is a big struggle that you need to overcome? I think overthinking would be a very big struggle that I'm trying my best to overcome, and also I would say procrastination. These are the two things which I feel like are very big evils in terms of you know they're like a hindrance when it comes to trying to keep your own emotions into control and just like you know living a happy and peaceful life. So I think those are two of the biggest struggles that I'm working my best like overcoming. mm, who is your role model? I think this is a very cliche sort of a thing to say, but I think my biggest role model is my mom. I think the way she's lived her life and all the struggles that she's gone through all her life, I feel like gives me a lot of inspiration. So she's definitely one of my biggest role models. But otherwise I would say in terms of like the beauty community and stuff like that, I would say Shreya Jain is one of my biggest role models. She's the reason why I started my YouTube channel, because she inspired me so much. And now that she has her own merch line as well, I think having your own brand and that to like a proper actual company, not just an Instagram page, is like a huge deal. So I think that is also something absolutely amazing, and that's the reason why I say that she's one of the best people um, that I've ever come across, like on YouTube in the beauty community and stuff like that. So she's also a huge inspiration. She's also one of my role models. You're going out with your friends, describe your night. So if I've been out with friends like a few times, and I feel like if I'm going out with them, it's probably gonna be like we're just hanging. So it's probably gonna be like a sleepover at someone's place, like among all of us. I'm gonna probably be out with my best friend, her boyfriend, and probably like some of her boyfriend's friends and stuff like that. That is generally how all of my night outs have been till date. So yeah, we're probably either trying to get into some club, or where she's gonna be drinking, her boyfriend's gonna be drinking. I'm gonna be around, hanging around as well. We do have some common friends, like we have this like group and stuff like that, where I also know all of them. So yeah, it's not gonna be like awkward or like I'm being left out or something like that. It's not gonna be that way. Um, or we're just having dinner somewhere at some restaurant. It's probably going to be pop dates, um, taking some cool selfies, because we don't really dress up. Like, I mean, she definitely dresses up. I don't really dress up, otherwise I'm not going out or something like that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much how a night would be. I don't know if I was the best person describing, but yeah, that reminds me that we've not been out for a while now. It's been a while since we've been out, and I think it's gonna happen soon, because my best friend's birthday is coming up very soon, and I'm excited. So yeah, that was that. And moving on to the last question, what are you the happiest with in your life? I think I'm just really happy in general with my whole life, the way it is right now. I have I don't think I've ever been so happy and just content in general. I think I'm really happy that I'm doing something productive in my life by having a job, having or like my own earnings, my own income. That's something I'm super duper proud of, and I'm really happy with. I'm happy with my parents. I think I have some of the most supportive parents ever, who let me do whatever I want. They let me go out with friends when I want to, have sleepovers. They let me have a job. They let me do whatever I want to, and they don't really restrict me. That's something I'm super duper happy with. I'm really happy with the very few amount of like friends that I have. um I don't have like a lot of friends, but the few I have with are true gems, and that's something I'm super duper happy with. So yeah, pretty much it. I'm really happy with my life the way it is right now, and that's something that is super duper important. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys got to know me a little bit better. I know I could not really answer some of the questions really well, and with some questions I didn't really even have an answer. So yeah, that was that, but I still hope that you guys enjoyed this. Of course, it had to be 30 minutes. It had to be, but I still try to keep this video as short as possible, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell button, which is next to the subscribe button, because that way you'll get to know every single time I post a new video. I will also leave my Instagram in the description box, just in case you're interested in following me there as well. And yes, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. My throat is super duper dry now, so I'm gonna go and drink a lot of water. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, bye bye.